Senator Tommy Tuberville. The pressure on him continues to head in his direction as he continues to hold on to more than 300 military promotions, essentially blocking them. In a new op-ed, the secretaries of the U.S. Navy, the Air Force, and the U.S. Army say, quote, "This blanket hold on all general and flag officer nominees who, as apolitical officials, have traditionally been exempt from the hold process, is unfair to these military leaders and their families, and it is putting our national security at risk." This is a pretty stark moment, is it not? You've got military leadership going to the Washington Post trying to take on a sitting United States senator.
So what?
Look, until
Okay, so what?
well, yeah, in mixed defense, you know, separation of powers. So let them duke it out. I will say that nobody in the United States Senate seems to want to do anything about this other than talk. They want to
preach it, brother. They
want to say that what Senator Tuberville is doing is horrible. Republicans are saying it. Democrats are saying it. And of course, you know, when Majority Leader Schumer's asked about it, he's like, "Listen, this is a Republican issue. I don't want to get involved in that." If people want to do something about this, they can force the issue on the floor. It could be messy. It may not be easy to deal with, but everybody's treating this as a sort of parochial Senate matter.
And they won't deal with it because they want to be able to do it themselves again. Listen, I have no sympathy for the Senate on this, okay? I had senators call me when I was in the administration saying, "We're not going to vote for thus and such until you give us thus and such." This is the advise and consent has become extort and delay. And one of the reasons you're seeing the Senate not do anything about it is they all want to reserve the right to do it sometime in the future, and they know they've done it in the past. So look, the Senate has no one to blame for Tommy Tuberville but themselves.
So here's what Donald Trump said today in an interview about Tommy Tuberville, alluded to it. He said, quote, "He's got the guts to do what he wants to do, what he thinks is good, and he loves the people of this country and the people of Alabama. And he's in there fighting," which is unfortunately not true for a lot of other Republicans. Once you have Donald Trump say that, Tommy Tuberville, he's locked in on this thing. He's locked in even further now, is he not?
But yeah, by the way, one of the reasons he can be locked in on this is his voters aren't upset about this. Do you think he's getting trouble back in Alabama? You think he's under political pressure in Alabama?
I think there's some grind in Alabama.
Yeah,
I don't think it's
there's some in the establishment. Their voters are fine with him going to bat against Biden. What I love about the Trump statement is that it just shows how these guys use whatever script they can use at the time. If Trump was president and a Democratic senator had a similar, you know, axe to grind or substantive opposition to lodge, he would be screaming about national security and commander-in-chief and Article 1 and all that. Yes. So they're all...
So how does it end? Right? Because you've got Tuberville, who started this over abortion policy. It's been months now. Here we are. How does it end? I mean, you just used the word extort.
Tuberville wins.
But I don't know.
Tuberville wins because if the Senate forces him to change, then
Biden goes to Schumer and says, "I've had enough.
Yeah.
Now go force the issue and fix it." And there are enough Republicans that want to fix it.
Yeah, Mark Milley is going to come up October 1st.
Everybody that votes to
that's the debate.
Everybody that votes to shut Tommy Tuberville up will be shut up themselves in the future, and they don't want to give up that right.
But at some point, the truth of this has to come out. Mick is 100% right. The Senate could start remedying this today. They could start moving those nominations. What's going on here is a procedural argument about this funny business, this little hidey hole that the Congress uses to exert power without legislating. And at some point, I believe they're going to have to call Tuberville's bluff, the coach, they're going to have to call his bluff and start moving those nominations. Yeah. And when they do, yes, they will lose some of their ability to advise, consent, and extort, but the bluff will have to be called.
All right, well, coming up tonight on Balance, the senator from Alabama joins Leland Vittert live to talk about those blocked military promotions. You want to check that out right here on NewsNation. On Balance, 7 o'clock Eastern, Leland and Senator Tommy Tuberville.
Thanks for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to subscribe. Click the red button to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.